to my dearly beloved friends. Today we close on the house and I'm getting my stuff packed up so I can make about 7 trips or so out to the car. And I'm gonna give you a tour of the house, but first I'm gonna get all my stuff in the car. I'm meeting some of Mom's friends. Some of Mom's friends are taking me to breakfast. And I am hoping that I can set up the tripod and kind of video us while we're there. And that way I don't really have to video. I can just have breakfast and then I can take out little parts of that to show you. It's very sweet that they're taking me out, but I wanted to show you what I've been sleeping on. This has been the most comfortable thing ever. Okay, so that's just a sleeping bag with a big giant memory foam. So you press it and it comes back up. And this right here is just one of those pillow things, but it's got a battery operated thing that I don't know if I can show you with one hand. There it is. Like a little massager inside of there. And it takes 2 batteries and it's got a high and a low setting on it. Yesterday I woke up with a terrible migraine. So I ended up taking 2 pills, 2 of my really strong pills, and I laid down and took a nap and I turned that vibration on the back of my head, and it really made a difference. I might have to try that at home because I haven't ever used it. I stopped using a regular pillow a long time ago because of my migraines. It has made a difference to go from something that's just a normal size pillow, not anything really high, but just a normal size pillow. I went to something that's like flat. It's like the cheapest kind of pillow you can get. That's what I currently sleep on, but I didn't really have a way to pack that in my stuff. And I happened to see, I've got this real flimsy one. It was my mom's, as a matter of fact. She used it. And I took it home with me, and it's just got those little tiny balls in there. And I was going to pack that and bring it, and the one that I just showed you fell out of my closet. I'm like, oh yeah, I have that. I'll just throw that in my backpack. And I put new batteries in it and made sure that I could, that I'd be able to use it just in case I wanted to. So I'm really glad that I did because it really helped my head yesterday. So today my head is just, as normal as it usually is. So I'm really happy about that. So I'm gonna pack up the car and then I'm going to give you a tour of the house and I'll talk to you just a little bit. It's about 8:15 and we're having breakfast at 9, and I just want to make sure that I have everything ready to go because the new owners, the buyers, they're going to do a final walkthrough through the house at 10:30, so I have to have all my stuff out and be gone, and I have to leave the key because they need the key at noon. I guess they get the key and they sign their papers at noon, then I sign my papers at 1. So I'm going to talk to you in just a minute. Okay, my dear friends, I'm going to say goodbye to the house and I'm going to walk through it with you. I just went around and turned on all the lights. As I video, I'm going to turn off all the lights one last time and we're going to say goodbye together. Even though you don't have anything to say goodbye to, you're just going to say goodbye with me. Okay, so I'm going to go to the front door. So when you walk in the front door, there are no lights right in here. There's just the fan and there's a light over there. So right here, like right in front of me, Mom had a recliner here, a table here, like an end table, and a recliner here. Then there was a couch right here with a coffee table. Right here where you see the plugs, that was an entertainment center she had. Straight in front of me was the dining room. And this was a china hutch. I didn't take the china hutch home with me or the dining room suite. I was planning on doing that from when I was a little kid. I've always talked to Mom about 2 things I wanted. It was one piece from her bedroom, the dining room suite, which I gave the table and chairs away and I sold the china hutch. And then the bedroom suite, which you may have seen in other videos, it's an antique painted olive green. That was mine when I was a little kid. She's had this dining room suit from back in the 70s. I remember when she got it and brought it home. And I'll do a video outside in a sec. The lattice work was broken. It's laying there on the side. So we just took it off because it looked better than being broken. I trusted my real estate agent to tell me what to do. Okay, this is the very tiny, tiny kitchen right here. Gas stove. I love gas stoves. I've had gas and I've had electric stoves interchangeably over the years, and you just have to adjust to whichever one you're using. I've gone back and forth. On this wall right here, at my house in my kitchen, if you've seen other videos of the kitchen, there's a giant piece of pegboard with wrought iron skillets, and all of our pots and pans are hanging up there. That pegboard actually came off that wall that I just showed you at Mom's house. I took it home, we cut it to fit the wall, and several of the wrought iron skillets that I have hanging up, they actually came from Mom right off of that wall. So maybe there's a little bit of context to some of the things that I talk about in my videos. Oh, and I remembered the blue neck pillow with the little vibrating piece inside of it. That was actually my mom's too. And I was sleeping on that when I was here part of the time. And then when Mom could no longer use the little gray neck pillow, I don't know if that you've seen that on videos. That's not really a topic that I've been talking about. But when Mom stopped using it, I started using it, and it was better because it's flatter. It's not as full, and it was perfect for my neck. My neck does not hurt as much as it did before I took the pillow out from underneath my head and didn't have it propped up. But it took me years to figure that out. But once I figured it out, it did make a difference. Okay, so now we're standing where the dining room table would have been. And I have other videos where it's got furniture in. The guy that painted in here just did spectacular. At nighttime, when the light shines on it, you can see where it's a white baseboard. It kind of looks like taupe. I suppose it does in the daytime, but just not as much to me as it does at nighttime. Okay, so here is the hallway. A stackable washer and dryer. Mom used to have it right here, and then she had this, a really skinny rod. It wasn't a shower rod. It was those really skinny, like $1.99 window rods, curtain rod. That's the word. But she had a shower curtain hanging on it. So right here where you see this, she would have had a rod hanging from here to here, and then she would hang some of her delicates on it as she would wash it. This is a box of stuff that was left behind. I was hoping maybe they could stage a little bit. It was December when I left, and it's still here. I shall leave it. I went through and found a couple things that I had overlooked. And this is the bathroom that I've always used. And was the first time I've ever used Mom's bedroom over there, and that bathroom is on this strip. The whole time I always used over here. But it always felt exposed. Nobody could really see me in the bathroom. It just felt exposed because it was on the end. Okay, this had, this right here, it had these sliding doors, but it must have broke while the renters were here, so they redid it. They just took them off. This used to be wood, and they painted it, and it just, excuse me, it looks really good. It looks very inviting, and you could do anything you want with that. I think they might have fixed that floor right there, and there's a stack of some more laminate flooring that was left behind. I was sure that there was a hole on the floor here, but there is no hole anywhere. This room has different flooring on it. And I have like a video of when I was here before, and the green furniture in my room was in this room. This room has a light and a fan, and this is the closet. Those were the window treatments that were in this bedroom. So I found all kinds of treasures in this closet. This was Mom's extra closet here. Okay, so my dear friends, we're going to close the doors, turn off the lights. I'll just do this on camera. Maybe it won't feel so dramatic to me. Turn off the light in the bathroom. Turn the light off in the washroom. Turn the light off in the hallway. Let's go turn the light off in the kitchen. And right here in the dining room. Let's walk in here and go to the bathroom and turn the light off. My friend Carol, that you saw in a couple of videos, she went to the dollar store and got me that shower curtain so I could so I could shower. Okay, turn those off. All right. One last time, guys, and then I'll go outside and I'll make a video outside. That is my Ford Focus right there. So this is the view from Mom's front window. Cars will go by. They used to always look for the drapes to be open. Mom always opened the drapes in the morning, and I didn't know that, and sometimes I was kind of late when I got down here, and Mom was no longer opening the blinds, not the drapes, but opening the blinds. And I didn't know that they would always drive by and look when the blinds were open. It was those, what do you call those long panels, you know, when they turn like this. When they weren't open, they thought something was wrong. When they were open, they knew all was well. So once I learned that that was something that they looked for, I made sure first thing in the morning that I got up and I opened them straightway so that if anybody drove by, they would know that everything was okay with Mom. Okay, well, here's part of the lockbox I'm not putting back together. The real estate agent put these up. Isn't that pretty? She put these up in the bathroom to stage it just a tiny bit so that it looked a little better. And she put that rug right there, and she had the door painted yellow. Now when I saw the picture of this yellow, I'm just afraid to lock the door. I'm afraid I'm going to forget something. I will just walk around one more time. I'm going to take a drink of water. So the ceiling, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a light blue, and the door is yellow. So she sends me this picture of just one picture of the door, and it shows the ceiling a little bit here on the porch. I think that is my bag floating away in the yard. Maybe I should chase it down. It's the last bag I have. So I see this picture and I said, what color is that door in that ceiling? And she said, like a goldenrod yellow and a light blue. And I said, well, that seems like an odd color combination, but I trust you know your colors. All right, come here, you. And then I got to thinking about it. I'm like, okay, well, that's like the sun and the sky. She was just looking for something that would brighten it up just a little bit and make it a little more appealing. All right, we're gonna put this in the car. All right. I have a lot of video from being here when Mom was still here. I wish I could take this home. This is an aloe vera plant. You know, you can buy it in all the stores in your suntan. You know, when you get a sunburn, they have the aloe vera gel for that, or cuts and scrapes. I don't know that it will grow in Nebraska. Okay, so they power washed the front of the house, and I cannot get over how beautiful it looks since they power washed it. When I show you some other videos, you'll see how dark it was. It looks so beautiful. Power washed. So this is the front of the yard. Mom had more things sitting out here. And the grass is tall. I was just about to get it mowed, and then we sold the house, so no more mowing the grass. I spent $120 on 2 mowings, and this grass is not very tall. First time, they were taking care of some extra things, but the second time, I don't think it really needed to be $60. But I didn't know what I was doing until they wanted another $60 a third time. And I said, well, is there a reason why we need to have this guy with his big lawnmower? I can get somebody else to do it. So I lined somebody else to do it. Now this looked really good when I was here before. I don't know why it looks so bad. It's all dead in here. But this is a really nice little spot here, so I'm sure the new owners will take care of it. That is an empty lot next door. My parents used to own that. So my mom and dad built this in '83 while I was in high school. I never lived out here in this house. Mom and dad lived here for a while, and then they divorced, and mom kept the house, and dad moved on. And I'm going to be going to see dad tomorrow, and my stepmother, and I call them mom and dad, so hopefully I'm not going to confuse you. Okay, this is the problem that we've had, is that the water is underneath that. It has rained and rained and rained and rained and rained. There's some kind of pump right there, but I don't know how it works. Now this used to be completely full when I was here before. I guess it was just brush. I love trees, isn't that pretty? So I'm walking in the mud, hoping I don't get it on my shoes. I do not know where that piece of tree came from. All of this was full and all of this is now empty. So it must have just, okay, so see those stumps right there? I don't know what kind of tree it is that makes these stumps. They don't grow into trees. They just make these knobs all over your yard, and they make it really hard to mow the grass. They are, it's part of the roots from the trees. And they just make a mess, and they're all underneath the house. So somebody came by and looked at the house early on, and they said, oh, we really, really like the house, or it was an individual. I really like this house, but it's got trees growing underneath. And the real estate agent apparently did not know that those are roots. They just make knobs. They don't grow into, turn into anything. So my real estate agent wrote a note to the other agent to make sure that they understood what it was, but I guess they weren't really that interested. We didn't ever hear back from them. So it looks like the last people, okay, so the power wash on the back of the house, it just looks so good. I just can't believe it. It looks really pretty. Seems like there were more of those little banana trees. That's what those are right there. But it's been so long since I was here. There used to be a fire pit right there that was mom's. And apparently whoever rented the house for a year, they must have gone camping a lot, because they have this pallet full of firewood, and then there's kindling laying there. And I took a lot of video of the yard when I was here before. That's really pretty. And these little flowers open up and they're really pretty. And then this is just the side of the house, going this way and that way. You know what? I thought he just power washed the front and the back. He must have done the entire house. That makes more sense to me, but I really thought he only did the front and the back. And I thought, well, I guess we were trying to save money, so we just had him do the important parts. But that's definitely power washed there on the side of the house. Okay, so there's this great big giant tree right there by Mom's house. I forget what kind of tree that is, but it's a big giant tree. I remember them from when I was little. Oh wait, it's got, what are these? I don't know what that is. Okay, now I'm looking at the side. Yeah, he power washed the entire house. I knew that was incredibly silly to just do the front and the back, but I really thought that was all that he did. Okay, well, here's the front of the house. I guess we're gonna say ta-ta for now. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to breakfast and I'm gonna lock the door one last time and leave the key behind. And I'll see you in a minute. All right, I am pulling away one last time. Here we go. Bye-bye, Mom.